everybody. So we're going to talk today about the best way to save up for a down payment. How can you do that? We're going to run through some scenarios, so hang tight. Cliff with ERA Real Estate.
And I am Bex with Sun American Mortgage.
Welcome. Okay, Bex, what's the update? What's the market doing?
Yeah, so interest rates we're holding. Right now on conventional, we are high sixes. You know, you might see some that are 6.875, 6.99, right around there. Advertised rate, you're seeing about 6.625 with some type of a buy down. On the FHA side, we're starting at 6.625.
Oh, that's good.
And advertised rate you're seeing at about 5.99. So we are holding. I will say there are some reports coming out this week, so we might see again that continued volatility. So don't be surprised if you see some little blips. I think it'll kind of even back out and calm down and still stay right in that range. High sixes, maybe if we can get down to 6.75, that would be great.
So like last week we talked about, we're not going to see a huge drop, right?
No.
Maybe a few drops here and there.
Yeah.
But for somebody that has, wants to buy a very expensive house, that may be very helpful.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
We focus in on this discussion for usually first-time home buyers, but if you're looking for an investment property when it dips down, it'd be a nice time to look into it. So
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bex, what's the best way to save up for a down payment? Now we're going to run through a couple scenarios.
Yeah.
Median price. Now we're going to stick with Utah, right? Looks like it's right around the 550 mark.
Yeah.
So if somebody wanted to buy a $500,000 house, single family, maybe even a townhome, very nice townhome.
Yeah.
What would their down payments be if they wanted to get an FHA loan?
Yep. So FHA has a 3.5% down payment requirement.
Okay.
So on $500,000, that would be $17,500 is what you would need to come in with. There are also some down payment assistance programs out there, but if you're wanting to bring in your own cash to get the most out of the interest rates, then 17.5 is what you're looking at.
And that's important to remember. If you bring in your own cash, your rate's probably going to be a little bit better.
Yeah.
There are assistance programs, especially for FHA. What about conventional? $500,000. What's the down payment?
Yeah, 3% if you're a first-time home buyer, so you're at $15,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
So get rid of that 20%. There's some. We talked about that a couple weeks ago.
3% is all you need.
Yep. So, okay, what about a $600,000 house? Because we were talking about $550, but let's say $600.
Yeah, $600. FHA, you're looking at $21,000. Conventional, you're looking at $18,000.
Okay. So that's, again, 3.5% for FHA, 3% for conventional for first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Bex, we know you're a loan officer, but you're also a financial advisor.
Yes.
So what advice would you give to someone that wants to bring in their own cash to get a better rate, to get a better monthly payment? What advice would you give them to save up for a down payment?
Yeah. So try not to bite off more than you can chew.
Good
I mean,
advice.
set yourself some goals and strategies to make it attainable, right? You don't want it to feel like a punishment. You don't want it to feel overwhelming. So, I mean, we're talking tax season, right? We just finished tax season. So if you got a return or you're planning on getting a return, throw that into the bank.
Yep.
Throw it into the bank, put it into a high yield savings account that's going to grow until you're ready to purchase, and that will help you. Something else you can do is a lot of times direct deposits will allow you to break up the amount that's put into certain accounts. You can put multiple accounts.
Good advice,
so if you can do that, then put a little chunk into a savings account before it even touches your account. So that way you're not even tempted to spend it. It's already tucked away and you know what it's going towards.
My wife does that for our vacation fund. So if
Yeah.
you can set it up for a down payment fund, that would be great.
Huge. I would also review your budget. Sit down, go through the last couple months of your spending and see if there's some things that you can trim. A lot of times you'll be surprised at the money that you're spending on things that maybe you shouldn't or don't need to. And if you can just tuck away money each month, there's lots of programs even online where you can have it put in a calculator of, I want to spend this much or I want to save this much money. And so it'll tell you how much a day if you put this much into an account. And it's you can make a game out of it. It's kind of a fun way to do it. But then talk to your financial institution to see what programs they have, what savings accounts they have that are going to earn you a little bit more money on top of the money you're saving. So that way it doesn't feel as difficult.
Yeah. And I've seen other clients, they kind of have like a 6 to 8 month plan.
Yeah.
They move out of maybe what they're renting, move into a basement with their parents for 6 months. If If you can save $3,000 a month, 6 months, you're already going to have enough down payment for a $600,000 house.
That is huge. If you have that ability to do a scenario like that, you'll save it like that.
Yeah. So check out your options. As we looked at the numbers, right, it's not overwhelming.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. I mean, you go get a car nowadays, you're going to plop $20,000 easy. So
Yeah.
why not look for ways of down payment? And then, if you start worrying about closing costs, well, talk to me and Bex. We can talk about some concessions. Sellers are still offering concessions.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned in one of our videos last year, all of our buyers got concessions. So they were actually able to cover their closing costs. So if you can just kind of think of down payment, and then we can work together to talk about closing costs. So
Yeah.
good advice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bex.
Yeah.
We hope everybody has a great week. We will see everybody next week with another interesting question. We don't know what that is, but we will come up with. And if you guys have a question, put it in the comments, because we want to
Let
know
us
what
know.
you're thinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you can see the QR code. So sign up for a free consultation, one-on-one. We'll keep it to 30 minutes, no more, and you'll see where you're at. Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Bye.
Thanks, Bex.